lovely ducklings. This is Marie, and I'm here with Erin and with a very special guest that she's about to introduce.
So we're here with Vasavi Kumar, who her website describes her as a happy wife, self-discovery junkie, and transformational life coach who is obsessed with helping you achieve freedom. She's certified, educated, and has a radio show, a television segment, and is a best-selling author, if that's correct. Is that right, Vasavi?
Not the radio anymore. I stopped doing radio in September, but I am on TV, and I am a co-author of a best-selling book, and you know.
Succeeding in spite of everything. That's the title of the book, right? Yes, we're really excited. We're really excited to have Vasavi here, and we're keeping it real. That's Vasavi's philosophy, right?
Okay, and now we're going to move to a very special segment of our interview, which is Swan Revealed, and it's a special segment, Swan Speed Q&A for our interviewee, Ms. Vasavi, right now. And are you ready for the questions?
I was born ready, baby. Shoot.
Okay. What's your favorite word or phrase?
Get busy living or get busy dying.
What's your favorite food?
Indian food.
Awesome. Favorite thing about yourself?
I can relate to anybody. Doesn't matter how rich you are, how famous you are. If you don't have money, I can relate to every single human being that I come across. Something
you're proud you overcame?
I'm proud that I've overcome being on medication. I live my life medication-free now. It's been a year. I was on medication for bipolar disorder, and it's been a year as of January 24th.
That's awesome.
Yes, and I think we should include a question about that in a little, like after this part.
Yeah.
What's a future goal? Can you tell us one of your future goals?
Absolutely. You know, honestly, I bust my ass every single day because ultimately what I want to do is travel to India and just volunteer my time and work with survivors of sex trafficking. That's what I did for a year before my second master's. Wow. I just want to make a ton of money so that my business is just making money and I can go volunteer my time. And I want to do that before I'm 40. I'm 31 right now, so I'd love to do that by the time I'm 35.
And we'll be rooting for you, for sure.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
People who are not clear. You know, it's like, just tell me yes or no. Don't say I don't know. I hate when people say I don't know, because you do know. Just say yes or no. So it's lack of clarity annoys the crap out of me. Okay,
and we have a thing for fairy tales, and we wanted to know if you have a favorite fairy tale.
Can I do like a Disney movie that I like?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think it's kind of like stereotypical, but I do love Pocahontas.
Oh, awesome.
Oh no, actually Aladdin is probably my favorite. Pocahontas,
Aladdin.
But I absolutely love Aladdin. Yes.
Me too, me too. And which was the greatest fear you had as a kid?
The fear of being left behind. I always worried that people would forget. Oh no, it was the fear of being forgotten. Like my presence didn't matter, and I was invisible. You know, so I had this fear that I would be left behind. I'd be forgotten.
Okay, and do you remember a very particular or a huge moment from television or movies, like a quote from a movie or something that you remember and that you like?
Honestly, I think it's I mean, I'm going to stand by what I said. From my favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption, and he says, Morgan Freeman says, "Get busy living or get busy dying." And I was probably like 11 or 12 when I saw that movie, and I just always remembered thinking to myself, well, as long as I can breathe and I can think and I have all my extremities, and even if I don't, because there are people who don't have certain extremities and they're still doing amazing things, then, you know, if I'm not living my purpose every single day, I'd rather be dead. So
that's so powerful and so true. Yes. And a random fact about yourself,
which we totally stole from your Facebook, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. I love it. That's the point of it. I don't know. Is this PC? I'm just kidding.
Hey, you have it on your Facebook.
Okay, so random fact. Well, okay, I'll put the random fact I'll give you 2 random facts. A random fact about myself is like, I have no problem missing my flights. Like, there are times where I'm out and sometimes I kind of party a little hard and I miss my flights and I'm like, all right, I missed my flight, you know? Like, it's just, I really don't mind missing flights, getting stuck in traffic, or having delayed flights. I think another thing that maybe people don't know about me is I cried during like episodes of Full House and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Sometimes they're so powerful, certain episodes.
Yes. That's very interesting. Very cool.
As we kind of just talked about, I came to your website through Jan Pasloff. Like, she posted the interview that she did with you and then said that we should check you out, which she's a good person to follow her, whoever she says that we should check out.
Yep.
But I like binge watched your Keeping It Real videos that are all on your YouTube channel, and I was so drawn to them. I think just because we kind of would give advice in the same way. Like, Marie calls me like bad cop, but I say like no nonsense. Like, here's what you need to do. Like, here's what you want. Here's what you need to do. You're the only one who can do it, so go do it. Like, I like that about you, and that you kind of like, you call out people's bull. So
you curse, so I can curse now.
I know. I'm sorry. I curse a lot. But yeah, so we started sharing them with the Ugly Ducklings, and we thought that you would be a perfect person to do an interview with, specifically about confidence, because it obviously takes confidence to do what you do, but you're also trying to build other people's confidence. So can you just talk a little bit about why you think confidence is so important?
Confidence is important because it's the fuel behind everything you do, right? If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you? Confidence, and I just posted this the other day on my Facebook page at Vasavi Kumar Coaching. I said confidence is the wedge between being unstoppable and being scared shitless, right? So without confidence, you're either going to stay there stuck and scared, or you're going to go out and you're going to do whatever you got to do, even in spite of your fear and your self-doubt. I mean, my confidence is, you know, I was not born with confidence, right? My confidence was actually built by all the actions that I've taken, and even all the mistakes and the failures. You know, I had an interviewer yesterday, not an interviewer, I had a random person on a telesummit. Like, she was like, how do you deal with your failures? And I'm like, I love my failures. They've made me what I am. I mean, they're blessings.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That I had to fall on my face. They've made me more confident because I have messed up. Right? Like, I'm not speaking from theory, I'm speaking from experience. So confidence is everything. But it also goes the other way, right? Because even if you don't have confidence, so to say, you can build confidence by taking action. You don't necessarily need to always have confidence to take action. Sometimes action is just a matter of just like literally moving, like physically moving, and you can build your confidence that way. It's a beautiful kind of cycle. You know, you can have confidence. That'll give you, and the confidence will allow you to move and take action, or you take action and that'll build confidence. So confidence is everything. It's how you view yourself, it's how you show up, and it's the way other people are going to treat you.
And you mentioned it on your website. I saw that it's the greatest gift that a woman can give to herself, and it's true, because whenever you get to that point when you feel confident to do something, it just feels different, and you feel worthwhile in some way, in a way that you didn't feel before, or something like that, right?
Absolutely. I completely get what you're saying. Yes, absolutely. It is the greatest gift you can give to yourself, because, you know, when you have that confidence, and if you know you have a gift or a talent or a skill that you want to share, no one or nothing can stop you. And that confidence is what's going to take you from point A to point B. And yeah, I mean, I love my confidence. I can talk to anyone about anything. Very few situations actually intimidate me, you know, because I just posted a quote that was like, it was by Byron Katie, and she's like, I walk into a room and I just know that everybody loves me. They just don't know it yet, you know, and that's really confidence at its finest. Like, I walk into a room and I'm like, you're all gonna love me. You just don't know that you're gonna love me, and that's because I know who I am, and I know my heart, and I know what I have to offer. So that's confidence.
Was there like a defining moment in your life that kind of started building that for you?
Absolutely. I think you know what? I'm lying. It's not a defining moment. It's a series of things, right? It was because I set out to do something and I did it. So I'm not a half-ass kind of person. I do not start things and not finish them, because for me that's like a piece of my soul dies. There are times, you know, that I'll start a book and I won't finish it, but I'm like, okay, whatever, that doesn't mean anything about me at all. But if I set a goal, like I wanted to get my first master's and graduate with a 3.9. I graduated with a 4.0. I think it was like a 3. I don't want to like fib about that. It's like a 3.0, whatever. It was 3.9 or 4.0. I said I'm going to go to India. I'm going to volunteer for a year. I went ahead and made that happen. I said I'm going to go get my second master's at an Ivy League college. I went to Columbia, even though I never got a job in any of my degrees. You know, everything I said I was going to do, I did it. So when you do what you say you're going to do, that's when you build your confidence. So for me, guys, Erin and Marie, it wasn't like one thing. It was like a bunch of stuff. It was consistent, you know, throughout my life. And more so like starting in my latter 20s to now, it's always like, I'm going to do this. Okay, I did it. I'm going to do this. Okay, I did it. And so that's what it was. It was the follow through. The follow through.
And that's a lesson for all of us, Ugly Ducklings. Yeah. Like to keep in mind and to always remember that it's up to us, and up to, obviously, confidence has some influence on it, but it's all up to us. So that's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I love, just as a sidebar, I love that you're not doing a job in any of your degrees, because I'm not either, and I think that's like a huge trend right now.
Here's to wasting $200,000.
Well, it's less here in Canada, but still, yeah.
Yes.
Way less,
no,
way less.
It's fine. You know, I don't look at it as a waste of money. I look at it as I needed that to get to where I am now. It's all building blocks. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I think we're just going to ask one more question, and then we do have questions people sent in. So I don't know. We can maybe do that in part 2 if you have to go. So.
You know what we can do? We could do another 7-8 minutes. I got to we're good. Let's just bust it out.
Okay. So you obviously work with lots of people from tons of backgrounds and everything. So what do you find is the biggest threat to confidence? Like, what do you find in people's lives is what's keeping them from being confident? Like, do you think it's all internal, or do you think that there are external things that affect somebody's ability to live in that confidence that they need?
That's a very good question. A lot of it is internal. A lot of it are the past and the limiting beliefs, but in just what I see, it's external. It's allowing those internal beliefs to manifest externally, right? So do I have self-doubt? Absolutely. Do I allow that to dominate the external action that I take? Absolutely not. So I think it's twofold. I think it's the internal belief, but it's more so the internal belief dominating the actions that you take or don't take. Because here's the thing, I have self-doubt and I still take my action anyway. And I know it's gonna. I'm fine. You know, I'm like, okay, you're just that voice in my head. You're gonna be there. And as I get bigger and bigger and just kind of play a bigger game, that voice gets louder, and it's totally fine. It doesn't stop me. It's just like a pesky little thing that's there. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Of course you're there. Come hang out with me. Let's go on this joyride and take some action. But what stops people from being confident is that they allow those internal thoughts and those beliefs to stop them from moving forward in their life.
We're moving on to questions that our Ugly Ducklings on Twitter and Facebook sent us. It's 3 questions, so we hope you can help us with this doubts that they have. One of them is from Amal, and she wants to know if there are easy steps that you can use or that you can try in order to grow your confidence.
So the first, Amal, great question. So I would say the first step to grow your confidence is do what you say you're going to do. Do what you don't think you can do, right? So first thing is like always follow through. It's basically being in integrity with yourself, right? So when you do what you say you're going to do, you take responsibility for the thoughts that you think and the words that you speak, follow through with the action, you are in line, you are in integrity. That's going to build your confidence. You're going to feel good about yourself instead of being like, my word doesn't count for shit, right? When you actually follow through, you'll be like, wow, I'm pretty awesome. I do what I say I'm going to do, right? That's the first thing. The second thing to build your confidence, which I probably think is the most important, is the thing that you think you cannot do is the thing that you absolutely have to do to build your confidence, right? So if you say to yourself, okay, if you're like dating, or let's just say like, oh my God, I can't ask that guy out, or I can't ask that girl out, go do it. Just go do it. What's the worst thing he's going to say? No. By the way, that's how I got my husband to marry me, okay? 9 years ago, I asked my husband out on a date. I said to him, you should take me out to dinner. And that was that. I had him since then. But imagine if I thought to myself, oh my God, he's going to ask me out. And suppose I just kept my mouth shut. My husband's an introvert. There's no way he would have asked me out, right? I had to do that. So, you know, it's the very thing that you don't think you can do. You have to go and do it, and be detached to the outcome, because then at least you can say to yourself, "I tried." Then you got to do it again. You got to do it again. You got to do it again. The third thing to be confident is don't give a damn what anybody says. Okay, all the haters, all the doubters, all those people. You're always gonna have people that are gonna tell you you can't do this or do that. Whatever somebody's telling you that you can't do is the very thing that you have to do. You got to use it as, "I'll show you" motivation. So whatever somebody's saying to you, you can't do this, you're like, oh, watch me, look at me. So that's I would say the first 3 easy steps. Amal, I hope that answered your question.
It's perfect. My goodness, it's just like what we need to show them, to show Amal and the rest. Okay, and the next question is if it's possible that by you listening to positive music, like positive and yes, with positive lyrics and all that, like for instance, Brave by Sarah Bareilles, will that make you, or will that help you build your confidence or make it stronger in some way?
Like, do you think positive music has an impact on people's confidence level?
No. No. It's music.
It all has.
I think it'll make you feel good. Listen. Music is great. I mean, on my iPhone, I have like what? How many positive music? Music is not what gives me confidence. Music makes me feel good. Music makes me want to dance. Music makes me want to, whatever. Be happy. It's the action that I take that makes me confident. So no, you cannot chant your way to success. You cannot sit yourself underneath a tree and be successful. You cannot green juice your way to success. Okay, all that stuff is really good for you. I mean, I'm all about it. I had a green juice this morning. I had it in my little green wine glass. All that stuff is great. What's going to make you confident is if you stop talking about it and you start doing it. Positive music is great. Start your day with it. I'm all about it. I go to sleep with my meditation music, but that's not what helps you get shit done. You got to go get shit done. You got to actually do what you say you're going to do and take action. So I love positive music, right? I love positive music. I love chanting. I grew up in a Hindu household. We were raised with a lot of kirtans and bhajans and all these prayerful songs and all that stuff, but that's an external aid. Okay, that's just an external aid. So you gotta actually go from inside. You actually gotta physically move and go make stuff happen in your life. Go do stuff.
Okay, and finally we have a question from Micah. You were mentioning before about internal and external factors to build confidence, and we wanted to know if a person, a family member or a friend, if they can contribute or help you to feel more confident every day.
Absolutely. Your friends and family play a huge role in you either feeling confident or not confident. I don't have any negative people in my life. I keep them really far away. I love them. I love them over there, right? But I'm very precious. I'm very, I'm very protective of who I allow really very close into my world, because it really has an impact on me, right? Because the people that you hang out with, it will make you or break you. I mean, because I'm strong on my own. I can make stuff happen on my own, but I did not get here alone. I had my mom, my dad, my sister, my husband, my best friends, my colleagues, all my fellow female entrepreneurs who were rooting me on and supporting me, my mentors. I couldn't have done it without them. And so, yeah, pick your friends. You can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends. But sometimes you gotta you gotta have boundaries even with your family if they're going to be sucking your energy dry. And you got work to do in this world. So life is too short for you to be hanging out with negative people.
Okay, there was one more question. There was one more question that I thought Marie was going to ask and she didn't, but I have to ask because I would totally ask this question as well. So this question's from Mariah, and she asked, she says, I'm shy when I'm in public or with someone new, and are there ways I can work on self-confidence and not be afraid to speak out more and make more friends? Which you kind of answered that you just have to do it, but I know, like, I'm a very shy person, especially in, like, big social settings. So I know that I kind of know sometimes it's hard to just do it. Is there anything?
Listen, you're asking like an ultimate extrovert, okay? So I want to be. So yes, you know what? I don't know what it's like to feel uber shy in situations, but I have been in situations where I'm intimidated or I feel like, oh my God, am I good enough? And you just have to remember that your words do matter and that you do have a gift to share, and what you say is of importance and of value. And, you know, I would say, you know, start small. If you are an introvert, and if you are somebody that's kind of more like, you know, you kind of like the big kind of stuff kind of intimidates you or whatever, just start small, right? Like start with a group of 5, then expand that to a group of like 10 or 15, then expand. And honestly, I know people who are introverts, but like they've now become extroverts. I mean, they'll always be an introvert because they gain their energy by kind of being with themselves. But like people that I know that would be so introverted are now so extroverted, and it just took time and practice. Like it really is what I said before, Erin and Marie, like you got to put yourself in situations where you are forced to speak. And you know what? I was interviewing my friend Nisha Moodley, and she was like, "What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to die." And you're going to die anyway, so you might as well, you know, do whatever it is that you got to do, because the one guarantee in life is that you're going to die. So why like withhold anything, right? And I'm adding a little humor to it, but Nisha's so right. And yeah, it takes practice to really to go out there and like find your voice, you know. And the way you start finding your voice is by using your voice, and start using with people that you know love you, trust you, support you, and that you trust to be around, and just take it from there. But
Awesome.
yeah, that's how I feel about that. So for all the ugly ducklings out there, on July 23rd, I'm hosting my first Spreecast. It's like a live stream Q&A. I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be taking all your questions. My first live stream. I've done stuff like this, but only for my coaching programs. But if you want to sign up for that, just go to vasavikumar.com/freedom_live and you sign up. It's on July 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, and just sign up. And even if you can't make it for whatever reason, just sign up anyway so we can give you guys the recording. I do have a new program coming out, and I'm super excited about it. It's The Art of Taking Confident Action. I have made it so super affordable that I have people telling me that I'm stupid for making it that affordable, but I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks. My whole thing is the experiences that I've gone through, the wisdom that I have, and the experiences that I've gone through, and I want to be able to teach that to people and give you access to it. So it's super affordable. It's under $200. I'll tell you that. The program it's a 5-week course. But before we even get into that, make sure you come to the live stream July 23rd, vasavikumar.com/freedom_live.
Thank you so very much. And Erin, if you want to say goodbye before we
just thank you to all the ugly ducklings who sent in questions as well, and thank you, Vasavi, for taking the time.
Thank you for your time. Yes, thank you so much. This has been really, really useful. This will be super useful for everyone.
Thank you, both of you, Erin and Marie. If you ever want to do a part 2, I'm down, guys.
Okay. Awesome. We'll do it.
Bye, Vasavi. Thank you so much.
I'll see you in the live stream, though. I signed up already. So
yay, Erin. Thank you so much. Bye, Marie. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.